Forex Factory. These are the websites I use for CPI. Forex Factory. If I come here, I want to check when is it. The trend basically for this shouldn't be hard for you to identify. Just like browsing, looking at it, it should be easier. If it confuses you, don't trade it, because it's pointless for you to find a setup that you yourself don't trust. What I hate about trend line strategy, it puts us in a mentality that we are always expecting an expanding market. And in order for us to make money, we need to see forever. As I say, don't be a slave of the market as well. There is no hard work that is required here. If you want to do hard work, then just go do hard work. What you want to see is where will the market go?
Welcome to the world of the 714 method.
Go
where
up,
fortunes are made in the blink of an eye.
or will it go down? You need to build the consistency, the habits. So if you fear losing money, then you have a big problem. I don't make money when you lose. You will not make money when I lose. And you will not make money when anybody loses as well.
Many famous traders have risen from nothing.
Luckily, because Mali ayingekho vele.
Proving that with passion and perseverance, you can too. But it's not just about quick wins, it's also about risk.
And money has nothing to do with your emotions.
Forex, or foreign exchange, is the largest financial market in the world, with trillions traded daily.
Show that whatever they're doing, each and every effort that they're applying, they must not lose hope. If you see profits, withdraw it. Profits, withdraw, you do something with that.
There's levels to this shit, man.
Indirectly compounding strategy would say, whatever profits I make, I move. Whatever profits I make, I move. If I blow, I fund. And because the second time you're funding with profit. If you trade Bitcoin like how we trade with Forex and gold, it's easier for you to follow the fluctuations. 714METHOD, or me I'm selling, if I'm buying. So psychologically, preparing yourself for what is coming, it's better than you being there trying to train yourself at the time.
Are you ready to join the 714 method revolution? Start your journey today.
I'm giving it blue. Reverse and go a bit back till we get to where we are. So the most important thing is probability. What are the chances of the 714 method working in your favor than not? Hey, what's happening? Okay. Okay, let me move on last time because I want like a hand of ideas. Right, so here's our chart. So for this typical example, you're gonna put your horizontal line at 1 p.m., of which I have emphasized to you that 1 p.m. will be 1400 on the chart, which is an hour ahead of us, an hour ahead of SAST. So once we have that on, we want to see where is the market most likely to go. So where is the market most likely to go? After 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., so you put two vertical lines, whereby 2 p.m. will be 1500. So what you want to see inside here is the market going up or down. And just by observing on this typical example, we have more bullish candlesticks than bearish candlesticks, which makes this an obvious buying market. But the question is, where do I execute? So after marking the 2 p.m. candlestick, now we want to see the opening price, which if the market now, the candlestick is bearish, you will have the red for me. If it's bullish, it will be blue. So using and putting these things at work, the red candlestick, which is for a bearish market, opens above and closes below. The one that is bullish opens below and closes above. That's simple. Your trend line mentors, they taught you that. At least you got something there. So now, having to see and experience this, we have a market that opened up here, continue to go up until 2. The trend basically for this shouldn't be hard for you to identify. Just like browsing, looking at it, it should be easier. If it confuses you, don't trade it, because it's pointless for you to find a setup that you yourself you don't trust. So that eliminates a lot of what ifs. Because I know those questions are, hey, what if you, never mind. Okay, so now we had a market that's gone up, and now we had a reversal in this continuation. Boom. So the market then continued to drop. Okay? So then it went down. You see this example, this is the one I did, where the market was coming from up there all the way down, and then lastly, it acted as if it's gonna go down to rebound and then continue, but it's actually here made a retest up and then continue to go down. So now for the targets of which we wanted is 50 pips, I'm gonna mark it from here, the blue line which marks our entry price. I'm gonna do this. Let me use a different color. This one, parent. That's the challenge. Very cool. It's cute. So my chart is paralyzed. Try to zoom in. Okay. Do you see this shaded area? That shaded area, that's what 50 pip is. So if I can say you can make, as you see there, you can make 100 rand per drop. That's the 50 pips if you're using 0.01. You can make 1,000 if you use 0.10. That's the 50 pips. You can make 10,000. You can make 20,000. It's a very small move. if you now set your target to maybe 100 pips, 100 pips is over here, still not much of a move. In and out. Because what I hate about trend line strategy, it puts us in a mentality that we are always expecting an expanding market. And in order for us to make money, we need to see about forever. Mungena nje wena mele iqhume nje. Ubona i-chart lizinyanga lokhu lithi. Yabo. So the reason why I hate trend lines so much, it's because of that. It has put us in a position where we're expecting a run of the market. Whereas if you understand volumes and targets, short targets, and the actual targets of what we want to make, how much we're risking and how much you can make, then it makes it easier for everyone to benefit from. Because if you see that saves your impatience. If you check the candlesticks that form these targets, it's 1, 2, 3, that's about 15 minutes. After execution, you waited maybe 30 minutes maximum. Your target is hit, you're done for the day. Yeah, now you can go about your day and doing stuff. As I say, don't be a slave of the market as well. There is no hard work that is required here. If you want to do hard work, then just go do hard work. There is nothing that requires your effort here. There is nothing that you should do to break your jaws and sleepless nights. I mean, I can't sleep because I've been doing it for years. Like I've had since 2014 of sleepless nights. So I can't just sleep. Because at first it was like, why go to sleep when I'm broke, you know? But right now I'm still there, but I still can't. And another thing that I never lose for myself, I never, even regardless how much I make, but I never believe I have that money. Because once you believe it, then you become lazy, you relax. And comfortability, it's the dead zone. Once you become comfortable, that's where one dies. So now, this shaded area here, that's what equates to the volumes I speak of there. You can make 100 rand, you can make 1,000, 10,000. The bigger the lots, the bigger the amount, but the same movement. So that's constant. If you're losing, you lose the same amount. If you're making money, you're making the same amount every day. No matter how much, for those of you who are working, I've never worked a day in my life. For those of you who are working, even Monday, you go to your boss. You are like, I'm going to work hard. I will leave the office at 11 at night. Or I will leave the site at 11 at night. They won't give you an increment. You will just work to break yourself. Even if they give you an increase, maybe they'll add 50 rand. But when you worked up until late, which proves what? Hard work doesn't work. You are just a hard work. Hard work. So, understanding these things will help you a lot, not only in trading, but only in life. Knowing what you are trading and what you are looking for in the charts helps you solve a lot of problems. Okay. Let's do another example. The first one I did was for sale, so I'm going to do another one for sale. I'm trying to find if we can have all the differences. So you see what I'm doing. Nobody has to lose. I don't make money when you will lose. I don't make money. You don't make money when I lose. And as a person who's introducing you to Forex, it doesn't mean that I have to fail in order for you to succeed. We can all here as a group succeed and win and go forward. No one has to lose. No one has to die. No one has to hate another. So that's what I like about Forex trading. It's not a competition. You may all start here at the same time, but judging on the efforts and time you're going to invest, that will be the result of the outcome. If you're just going to listen to this today and go watch other mentors because they have better cars than Umashaya, they have the latest cars. I don't care. Because whatever car that drives you would say, hey, this guy is doing better than Umashaya. I can go and buy it tomorrow. But I just choose not to. Choice. So don't lose yourself. Okay, and over here now, see this example. We had a market that was in the beginning bullish, and then it's broke down after 2 p.m. So as you see here, we have very strong bullish candlesticks. Afterwards, it broke below. So eventually, once it breaks below, you want still a continuation. And understanding the continuation, seeing from how it's been doing, it's just going to reverse around the time and then continues down. And when it's continuations, how do you know? After those continuations, the volume or the volatility of the trend will be stronger comparing to what you know. It will move, showing you that it really doesn't like what you are doing to it. And when lapho you'll be waiting for an re-entry. She'zobiya kancane. And ilokhu incenga nje ithi hayi angibuyi iziyofika phakathi. Yabo. So this is a continuation pattern, right? It's a continuation pattern. It's coming all the way up, down, retest. So here's another thing that I want you to focus on. Do you see where the re-entry is? This is the entry price. So from here, before it sell, it came back to this price. This is M5. Came back to the price and then it's dropped. If you could go to M15, this is just the tail because we have a 5 minutes up, a 5 minute stop, a tombstone, a 5 minutes down. That is just a tail on a hard time frame. Then afterwards it's dropped. See the opening of this candlestick prior to its dropping. Did that there and then it came back. Okay? So you will only get better at these things through practice. And also do consume my content on YouTube. It's free. You lose nothing. Stop watching all of this. I know that the resistance of ignoring TikTok is too much. Because even if you try to stay out, you're like, hey, maybe I'm missing out. FOMO. So fear of missing out not only applies in markets, but also in reality. You'll be like, hey, maybe something is happening. So with that, I advise you that whichever Forex group you are in, please vacate them for your own benefit. Because you need to focus on your end career. You need to know what is it that you're looking for. Because if you are using the 7-1, that's why I say trust the method, not Mashai. Because I use the method. I may use the method only to find what I'm driving. I'm looking, hey, what is the signal? I don't know. Trust the method. I'm using the method. I may see a buy, you may see a sell. You take your trade, you make money. I take my trade, I lose money. But I'm the instigator of it. Because my focus, you'll find that at that time, it's tempered. So when you are seated there at home, so you have more attention and focus than I do. So doing that will help you, okay? So trust the method, not me. Because I'm human, I have emotions, I change. So, but the market will do what the market is to do. So now here, we have another bullish market. That's the opening price. This is easy. As soon as you do a few examples, have fun. You'll just keep it blue. See the relationship of this price. Market went up, retaliated, then went down. Clean. No hard work. You don't have to stay on the charts. You can backtest. But it's not this thing of trying to force a trade because you think you're going to wake up in profits. I don't trade a blind market. I only trade when my eyes are open. Because when I execute, I want to monitor the charts, I want to see. And I know what I'm looking for within an hour. Within an hour, I take my profits. It's not that hard. It's really not. Yeah, well. So, I would like you to give this a try for the month of May, because it's beginning of the month, it's a good thing. So if after month end it doesn't work for you, then you are welcome to continue with your trend lines. I free you. All right, but just give this a few days. Yes, after 2 p.m. over here, after 2 p.m. you may enter. You may enter if it's been going up, just after 2 p.m. You may enter, but not too much, and then you wait. So over here, you enter again. You could put one trade there, and then it comes down, you put another trade here. So once the market comes back here, you break even on the first one. Break even means you put your stop loss on the entry price, so that if the market comes up, it doesn't blow your account, but it just closes, in case it reverses. It happens sometimes the market can go up, hit your stop loss, and then continue in the direction, right? But that's a rare case. But for this one, it's the same thing. For your target, 50 pips or 100 pips. That's 100 pips. Not a lot. From the entry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As I said, within 30 minutes, TP hit. That's the craziest thing. That's what drives people crazy. Because it's when ungenile manje usabhekele ukudla yabo uthi ujabuye how ubona sekusekumnyama we trade amishonephi yabo uthuke uthi uplowile yabo uthi ubuye profit lokho nje amufa target so isho profits yabo. So within a short space of time, why? Because you know what you're looking for, you know what you're trading. Trading shouldn't be hard. So if you really understand this, now you see there's no reason to scam people. So the only people who are scamming other people, they don't know how to trade. Let's just put it out there. Even this seminar is free, you can see. It's free, you didn't pay anything. Nobody even bought me play label. But then it's Nenzima. Asbuy la ngithi. Asbuy. Ngithengela utshwala. Asbuy. So, practicing now. So, that what's going to make you a good trader is that you are practicing what you know. So, the more you show up every day, it's going to build that confidence and you know what you're trading. So, that alone will make you a good trader. I'm not going to teach you a bunch of things that are not going to help you. If you want my vocab to be Forex, I can do that to confuse you more and try to show you that I'm smarter, but that is not the point. The point is to learn the basics that pays. Learn what matters and what actually happens. Understanding these things from as of next week, it's a weekend today, you do your back testing in the afternoon. Same thing I'm teaching here, it's available on my YouTube channel. You just go there, you watch the sessions. You will see it, you will back test it, and then it's gonna come together. So you continue to back test for the weekend. On Monday onwards, you can open a demo account, forward test for 1 week. Then the second week prior to that, you can fund with little capital. Even if you have money, just put 500 rands there and see how it works. Because what you want, it's the fact. Is it happening? Is it working as he gives it? It's not about your money. Because if you think it's about money, you will lose all your money. And I don't want anybody to lose money unnecessarily. And it's pointless for you to lose a lot of money in a short space of time. You see, because losing a lot of money in a short space of time, it's going to demotivate you. You're going to get discouraged. And you're like, hey, yeah, this thing, I think I need to take a break. And when you take a break, that break will hurt you more. Because, man, recovering from that shortfall, it will take you even longer. Yeah, well, you can lose today. If you lose, continue to trade. And another thing, you must have a budget to trade. What you are now, reserve maybe 15% of your salary. Make that your capital for funding every month. And when you fund, you don't go with all that. You fund with 50% of it. So if you fund with 15% of that or with 50% of that, you know the first one is for when you trade, you make profit, you move it. If you blow, you have another one to fund with. So you stay in the game, right? I'm not gonna say this is how much that is fair to start with. You know the minimum. You know the amount you can bear. If you don't have money, you can open a cent account and you trade with that and then you build your way up. But the good thing about this is that you are doing it yourself. And the only way to not find out if what I'm saying is true, and the only way for what I'm teaching you to not pay you, is for you to be lazy. That's what is going to kill you. Okay, so let me take questions, and then we fold the session. Yabanda vudlenda. Ifana nosis back home. Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah, man. All right. My question is, kula makandlela. Oh, sorry. Kula makandlela. All right. So I guess it's the open price yethu ikandlela libheke phezulu lihlaza, and then elinye sometimes i-vertical line yethu or horizontal line sibeka kuphi ngenhla noma ngenzansi, or mhlambe liyavula libovu uline wethu sufaka ngenhla noma ngenzansi.
I move.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are asking, okay, your question is,
Yeah.
if the market is just an open and then you can't move a call, you move the line.
Now, what I'm saying is that the colors of the candles, it's either maybe I'm using
Oh,
green
the
or
colors.
red. Yes. If it opens buy, should I put the line on top or at the beginning of the candle or at the wick of the candle?
Okay, so with that, as I said, you need to allow the time. You don't look at 1 or 2 or 3 candlesticks.
Yeah.
It should be based on the entire period, because if I say 1 to 2, you wait for that whole hour, you do nothing. So the whole hour you do nothing here, you wait. And then as you put, now you check here with the first candlestick, is it blue or red? The first one, it's 1 p.m. So if it's blue, which means that's a buying, then we put our line on top. So, as I said, the market was bearish. Since it's bearish here, it's more like it's going to continue to buy. But then eventually it just comes to a stop right here, and then it drops. You see the point?
Yeah.
So this alone saves you the time. You just wait for an hour. You don't look only the first one and then the second one you execute. No. You need, for you to get a clear entry, you need to wait for the whole period, for an hour, 1 to 2. So for execution, you can even do 2 alarms. You can set 1 p.m., like time to trade, and then you can set the second one at 2 p.m. Or 2:30, whatever afterwards. Just type it or rename it execution time. So that will help you. Because sometimes the market does delay. So what I say here may dwell or may bear specifications, but sometimes there'll be delay. Sometimes it will move faster. That's where the probability comes in. What is it going to do majority of the time? Yeah. So over here, it's just to wait. You'll never be late. Sometimes you just have to analyze like this and then wait for it to make a clear move, and then you jump in, you follow it. it will go in that direction because you're only looking for 50 pips. And when you see your 50 pips, be grateful, take it and leave. Ungathi hayi sele 1000 ngihlanza imali yelobolo. Ila ublock.
Kulungile. Kuyazwakala. Thank you.
Okay, okay, here's another thing that I didn't explain. Okay, manje ngisawazi ukumove that because of the camera. I will do this. So here's another typical example, right? Template. Okay. Sometimes when the market is consolidating, it happens that you'll find that the market will just range between 1 and 2 p.m. So how do you do around that? Let's see. The market just goes into a consolidation. What do you do? Choice 1. No, that's not it. This was an obvious buy. See? 1 to 2 just dropped. After 2 p.m., boom. Clean. Okay. Now, okay, I'm just going to use this example. Let's assume now the market just consolidates between 1 and 2. Let's take the beginning of this shade as 1 o'clock. So what the market is most likely to do, if it's consolidating or ranging, it will range. Then if it breaks down, it's going to buy. It's going to be a square root like this. But if it's going to consolidate, go up, then it will drop. It will either do one of those two things. Consolidate up, down, consolidate down, up. Let me look for another example. Okay. Now we have a clear buy because it's opened, went down, a lot of tails, consolidated, and then it went up. No, not this one. Uh, 2 p.m. Okay, over here we have a bit of a consolidation, but which was a bit prolonged, if you check thoroughly. Yeah, but we have a market that was stuck in a box. Later it broke down and then later reversed. Yeah, but so this is actually for a daily, knowing where the market is going and where the market is done. I really want to teach a lot of things, but there are beginners amongst you. You are all mixed. There's someone who's already known Forex, but they just want rectification here and there. There's someone who's here for the first time. And the moment I go deeper into this direction, then that confuses. So that's why I have groups in terms of teaching. Because I know it's my last school, yeah, but in as much as I want, but that eliminates me. Because law also advances like, yeah, I let them for no years. Law, it begin and just do me kind. Young is thing. All right, so here's the thing again. Around 2 p.m., it's consolidated, dropped, but later reversed, and then it went up. So that's what I'm talking about. So let's take another question if there is. Just raise your hand, and my bodyguard will get closer to you.
Sanibona. Okay. Sanibona. Ngicela ukuthi imibuzo yami isiphendulekile eminingi. I just have this one question. Ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi imarket iyashintsha isystem. Albert ngifuna ukubuza la ukuthi i714 method nje bewusizo kangaka. Is there a chance ukuthi mhlambe imarket ingakwazi ukushintsha i-affect ngalendlela ukuthi ingabisaba effective mhlambe kushintsha isikhathi eyenzeka ngaso imanipulated? Oh yeah, it's just that.
Even uTrump ngiyakwazi ukushintsha isikhathi. Even uTrump. The only time where time is affected is during daylight savings on Christmas, because in America, when it's winter, their time changes. The day gets shorter. So their business time, they minus an hour. That's the only thing. During December, Nakona, it's from November up until April, and then from April up until November. So that's the time, how the trading time is working. So they also update, that's the only thing. But in terms of what is happening and what you see there, it's all the same thing. It all remains the same. Doesn't change much. So there's very few moving parts. Even a Trump ngak. Yeah, because when it comes to fundamentals, for those who don't know, there are things called fundamentals, of which are the ones who drive the markets a bit faster, making it fun, I'd say, because the last time Trump was in office, people were very excited, but those who lack understanding, they hated it, because they're like, hey, why is let's just blow? Values of blow. So if there's fundamentals, the only thing that's happening, the volatility gets you closer to your goals. That's why I say the market will do what the market has to do, regardless of what you think, regardless of what you feel, regardless of what you know. As mentorship want, he will know what if you listen to my videos carefully. It has no option but to go up. No other way. It has to go, it must. So we study the market place so those are the things. Now ngulwazi. Chayinte ngimengibafundisa izolo bese khamsi. Yabo. Yaxayeka nathi le ndoda ngihleli nayo ngithi mina sengibambe yonke into engifundise yona. But manje hey bo, ile nto ayisho uyithatha manje. Yabo. So now I'm trying to I choose what I want to teach. I have things that I know about the market as the most specific that most people don't even know. Yeah, but even under I base on my court of Forex, what. Nanje umasha nje kuphela. Ukobela. Yeah. So, but you'll get better with time. So when you're in mentorship, we learn fast. And other people, they generally complain being in mentorship because they think what me teaching is about me talking every day. That's not what it's about. So, understanding that if you are in my mentorship and I'm teaching you, I will not always be talking because at times I need to give you time for you to practice and see what I always talk about. Because if it means me teaching, I can teach forever. I can keep talking. And when you be like, wow, and you're not making money, that is not the point. I'm not here to be a celebrity. I'm here for you to take the things I say, you do it, you make your revelations, you reach your targets, you solve out your problems. It's going to help you. Yazazi ukuthi upempileni, yazazi inkinga zakho. But as a trader now, you need to be in one position. Uzokwazi ukuthi usizakale. So the more you practice this, the more you're going to see it keep on happening. And then the more you're going to learn to trust it. but we only have one enemy. Our only adversary is greed. So which means if we can be an appreciative trader, we can actually be able to trade a bit better. Yeah, there are people who are good analysts, but they are broke. Yeah, I analyze in ICT by Shabe keeping all what they're not. Yeah, then they are not trading. And then end up saying, let the ICT is spy, let the what. Yeah, because they are full of themselves. It's not about a good analysis, a good drawing. When Bonati, yeah, Shama trend line, busy, you so longer, chat like on boy, chat like me clean ganjan. Yeah, bo. You fire velo will just look titism gone. It's gone. Because even these people, these scammers, they're in my channels. So they're like trying to find out everything I'm doing and then they do it. Whereas they can't. That's why I could have taught on all times, because basically in my studies I discovered that there's about 8 hours in a day, not like 1, 2, 3, but like 8 specific things that are happening within 8 hours of the day. But I only talk about one in public, that you all know, the 714, you see in videos. In mentorship, I teach them 3. The 5 is mine. Yeah, but it's there. I get to release it as we go. I won't say this is this. Yeah, well, I had to choose. Because making the book thicker, it would have been more boring for more people, because they'll be like, hey, I can't read this. Because people are just lazy to read. So I knew that will not work. That will not work. And to answer the bots, the bot is not yet out. The person of which I'm working with in creating the bot is still doing some tests, because it takes time to test something to see it actually work in real life. Not only it should be done and then out and like, yeah, this is the full product. No, it should be done, tested, and then once it realizes, so from there, it's easy to say, this is what is working, and this is how it works. These are the results, this is the track record. So that makes it even more reliant and trustworthy for me to say, oh, I see how it works, and then be able to give it to you. As I said, nobody has to lose money. And the bots will be free. I'm not selling anything. Already, there are bots that are being, because what these Forex gurus are doing and these kids, it's not even gurus, it's just kids in polos, in VWs. So what these kids are doing, they're simply taking the old robots, they're renaming it, and then they say it's new. Yeah, I was watching, that was the most stupidest interview I've ever watched. That John Cutty guy, that's the most useless. Like, there's nothing from that interview. Even if he's explaining something, it's like a 5-year-old. Even Uluandle mumbles better. Yeah, well, there's nothing that guy is saying there. It's just a waste of time. And I don't understand why they do that. For me, I rarely talk about people on my seminars. And even if you watch my videos, I don't talk about people to be my upbringing. Yeah, bo. But if you ever talk about me, bad stuff, ask Capital Bulls. Yeah, bo. So, I'm not a bad person, but I am good as I am when I'm bad. And the problem is I can fund it too. So, all right, let's take questions. If there aren't, then let's take pictures. Sure. All in the camera, let's say. As a bono mamuza too long and bella.
Sure, Sanborn. Umbuzo wami is regards with the opening time. Ukuthi isn't it namhlanje Saturday market is closing on. So with the opening time buyer between 1300 to 200, which plus
Opening price it says 13.
go one.
One nje, exactly.
Exactly.
Leli khandlela lokuqala ilona lekunika opening price.
Oh.
I think it's the same question kade ibuzwa uCharles Lap.
No, ukuthi angimzwanga but ukhulumele with this.
Yabo nje, angithi yabo nje ngala. The first candle, let me delete this one.
Yeah.
Angithi yabo ukuthi this is sishone plan. Ayibo. Okay, let me do another one. I don't know where that went. So, this is 1 p.m. Alarm rings. The first candlestick, it's blue, right? Which means it's bullish. It opens low. Right below, I put my line. That's my opening candlestick. The period of 1 to 2 is your waiting period for signal. That's why you wait for signal. But opening price, you are given from the first candlestick. That's why sometimes you see me drawing like this. Just the vertical line and the horizontal line. So you know what after 2 actual time, after 2 p.m., if you sell, you will sell somewhere there. First entry, as I said, secondary entry somewhere there. Boom, it continues down. Yeah, boy. I became a millionaire doing the same thing. Nothing new, nothing difficult, no discoveries. Ungiphikisa mfethu. Ngizosaziveza ama-bank statement. Okay, so we are done with questions. Oh,
Yeah.
I trend line trader. Sure.
So mnumzane usaqala inkulumo yakho usaqala ngala uqale wachaza nge-NFP wathi izolo utrade i-NFP ngithi right. Yeah, so engifisa ukwazi mina mnumzane ukuthi mawutrade i-NFP yini ozibhekayo njengoba uthe wena mnumzane ubhekane say ama employment raise.
Uthi?
Ngithi
Okay, ngiyazwa ukuthi question yakhe based ku-NFP. So here's the thing to answer your question in one form. Whether it's news or not, the way you trade is the same. It doesn't matter, right? Okay, yeah, this is the chart. Now the chart lies on. You see here, this is yesterday's price action. NFP was actually NFP was actually here, over here. These are the 330 language charts. So as you see, from 1 to 2, market was going up. And then later on, it started dropping. I figure break hello 2 p.m. low vele besufuna. Makshai NFP, ya shine a blue candlestick as a reversal. Kancane. Because 1 minute. And if you see fast. Right? Ya breaker and then ya drop. Fast. Because it's NFP, but it direction itholephi from here. Right? La esuka khona, not where it is right now. Yenze njani ngo1 kuya ku2 inyukile and then after that ya drop. You do the same thing regardless of our fundamentals. Our fundamentals, as they say, they only help to move the market faster. Even we what you call CPI. Let me check when is CPI. Forex Factory. These are the websites I use for CPI. Forex Factory. If I come here, I want to check when is it. The date. If you click here on the time and you go to next week, apply settings. About next week. Okay, here I'm going to use a filter. I will deselect all the week fundamentals and say apply filter. So I can only focus on the major. The one that's, if it's red, that means that will move a lot. So if we check here, these are all fundamentals for next week. So fundamentals now telling you what times is the market going to move at. So if we check here, we have FOMC statement Wednesday. Okay, so unemployment rate, federal fund rates, NZD, okay. We have the NZD news. This will happen at 12:45 a.m. So NZD now, it's one of the fundamentals are mover, but in the ebusuku. And then with dollar ngo-8, we have the FOMC ngolesithathu. Oshuthi ngolesithathu ngo-8. Whether you trade or you observe, ukuthi market izokwenzani, you will see speed ezomuva ngaso. Because Trump, what he's fighting for is that they drop interest rates, like interest on money when you take a loan. So for them, it benefits them because if uzothatha loan a billion, they want to drop it up until it's like 1% that you pay back. So they can take more money, do stuff, and pay little interest on that. So that's why for them, interest rate, it means less. So ironically, if the interest rates of any country drops, that puts people in a position to take more money from the Reserve Bank. But if the interest rate is going up, that discourages people to take loans, of which the government makes money from credit. So if the interest rate is lower, more people are going to demand that currency, which gives strength for that currency. So the reason why he wants to drop interest rates, right now in America, most of their deals, they're being taken away, right? So most countries, they don't want to work with them. So if they can drop interest rates, more countries will be like, I'm going to USA. I will take maybe like $100 million, right, at an interest rate of 1%. And then once I have that, I can be able to make more money. Let's check what is the actual statement. The interest rate right now is 4.5. So if they can drop from 4.5 maybe to 3% or to 2 point something, then that gives other countries a leverage to be able to come and take more money from the US. And by other countries coming to take advantage of the dollar, then that gives the dollar momentum, because the demand for dollar is now going up. That's why you see the dollar consistently dropping, because people are like, futak. So as soon as they have that interest rates drop, then it's going to attract, I'm not sure if it's going to do that, but it's going to attract more people. As you've seen for this period, or for this month, we had a lot of, for this month alone, the US, it had more people retrenched. 4,000 soldiers retired. They resigned. They didn't retire. We have retail stores being closed down because there's nothing coming in. So the reason why NFP for this month didn't work out well, because it's the report for last month. You understand? So what is happening now, or what you've heard recently, it will take impact next month, because these are reports that are being done within a period of 30 days and released in the second month. That's why you'll see the market moving later than what is actually happening. So understanding these things also, this will help you know when to make money. So FOMC is only for interest rates, whereby Trump wants the Mr. Powell, to drop interest rates. So they can actually do this. Okay? So you do understand the general idea. If the dollar goes up, many of the indices, they go down. Okay? So which means your Nasdaq, your Nasdaq and US 30 is going down. Gold also might go down, right? Because at some time I misunderstood this. I thought that gold was a reserve for the US dollar. That's why right now you'll see gold and the dollar going up same time, and you'll see dollar and gold, dollar and gold going down same time. Because these two things, they don't correlate. This is moving on its own and this is moving on its own. But the natural is it should be moving opposite. Okay? So, understanding the fundamentals now, fundamentals only tell you where the market is most likely to move faster. But checking what is actually happening here, you will see here, CPI for CHF. So CPI is happening for CHF. It's happening all over the country. But the most popular one is the one for United States. Why? Because there's too much volatility and it's highly paying. So there's more money there. Okay? So this is how you check out the most powerful fundamentals. And then, as I said, we're looking for what? Core CPI. So here it's Tuesday, 13 May, which is that week prior. We'll have our CPI, as you see, the 1300. So we won't have CPI this week. We will have it the second week after today. So we will have CPI and then we will have core PPI. And look at where these things are happening. 2:30 p.m. So which means what? You use the 714 method. 1 to 2, what did the market do? It went up. Okay, what do I do? I sell. If it's a sold, come back to the re-entry price, you enter there, you check your entire structure, you simply buy. You make money. Easily. Yeah, but you are using these things in favor of your direction. You don't disregard everything. And you know why you're so afraid of fundamentals? It's because of the hype that you've seen also on social media. Hey, it's fundamentals. Hey, it's fundamentals. Yeah, well, Tina office to see and they know, like it's all random. Masi Shalom San to see Tanya and you have very sources I must boom. Yeah, so I you trade, move right, club later, show you content. Yeah, but that is unnecessary. Why? Because we understand what will happen in the market. And if you understand what will happen in the market, you simply trade it without any doubts. What does the palm say? Oh, man won't pay pants. But I'm a Nazareth, that's what. Oh, wait for the mic. I won't get question like.
Sanibona futhi okwesibili. Ngicela ukubuza la kumali nozana kusho ukuthi ngithe mangibheka ama video ku YouTube ngathola lapha uchaza mayelana nama higher highs nama higher lows ukuthi i-charts uyayibone kanjani uma ngabe ukuthi mhlambe izokwehla or izosela or izobhaya. So bengicela ungichazele nje kancane lapha ngazi noma mhlambe sengiyaphuma yini esihlokweni.
Yeah, cool. Okay. As I said, another challenge, I can't go deeper because my levels are fun. So, I want to come to say, Bambi. So, that's why it's in my groups of CCCNs. Because I do understand with Abanya Bandin as much as they think they know it's 714, but it's still on the introduction phase. So I still have to keep them on that level, basically understanding what well, then I can go into deeper details. But I think it's a session recorded. engizoyi-uploada nje ku-YouTube. I think that's where uzothola i-answer. Yabo, but nje le it's based on the market structure. So here's another thing. So now you want to go to this website, forexfactory.com, and you want to check ukuthi, does this so-called 714 method works on fundamentals? That's why I do, sometimes I say, do the fucking homework. So if you go here now, uzofika la, on the actual reports, as well next week is CPI, you click on this file thing. If you click on this file, it will show you the history here, and then you click on more. On your charts, then on your charts, you're going to mark all of these dates. 10 April, March 12, February 12, Jan 15, December 11, 13. So you're going to check all of those dates, and you are using the 714 perception to see what it does, it align. So so you can get the facts to what is actually happening in the market. So another part of your study, you do this on CPI, you do the same search. For non-farm payroll, you do the same search. For PPI, all of these events, you are searching them so that you see. The more you see it happen, as I say, the more you see it happen, the lesser confused you're going to be. So the fear for fundamentals, yeah, you will be confident. You also scream, I'm my news. Now, cool, I know, mint. Yeah, tenkhulume. That's why people black la. Right. Do we have any other questions? No, sesi right. Sesi nga shooter. Sis memes. It's what 714 something. Forex uzokushiya yena. But when the end of the day uzophumelela. Bese funa ukubuya. Wena usugrand ke lapha. Yabo. Ushaya ngane iqole elingaka, isinqe singaka. So it happens, guys. But yeah. But it's life. It's all part of reality. But what I can advise you, don't try to live a stressful life. Be free and you pay. I'm not stressed. Right? I do whatever I do. I make whatever I do.
Ready? Ready, guys? You're ready? Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you for watching this far. Make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section, you like the video and you share with your friends. But mostly, I would like you to join my community of the 714 method as we do our live trading everyday interaction whereby we get to ask and answer your questions. Right. So remember, we're also trading with XM, our trusted broker. Open an account under XM, use the code COPY714, which is whereby you will send an account number on our WhatsApp to prove that you have registered your account. And remember, XM will give you a 100% bonus when you make a deposit. So if it's your first time with XM, they will give you $30 worth of credit for you to trade and make money. The good thing is you are not alone. In the community, that's where we're gonna get more interaction and business market updates whereby we are all observing how the market is moving on a day-to-day basis. See you on the other side.